What's going on, everybody? Tom here with Black Sheep Keto, and welcome to another recipe video just for you subscribers out there. And today we're going to be making a keto kind of meal prep egg cup. Now, I've been making these for a long time, and I never really thought to make a video out of them because they're just so simple. But honestly, guys, I have these all the time. I keep them in the fridge pretty much at all times. I take them with me for lunch. They're fantastic, and the best part is, since this is the beginning of the year and a lot of people are starting keto for the first time, this does not require any specialty ingredients that you might not have on hand. You should have all of this stuff already in your house. So if that sounds good to you guys, hang on tight and let's get right into the recipe. All right, everybody, welcome to the recipe. Now, once again, this is for our quick and easy kind of meal prep egg cups. And you'll see a few things laid out in front of me right here. So I've got some ham, some spinach, some breakfast sausage, and some bacon. Now, this is totally up to you guys. Whatever type of meat or filling you want in your egg cup, you can use. Just make sure that it's already cooked. And then what we're gonna do is, as I pop it into these cups, I'm just gonna put it on the scale, tear it out, and you can actually just measure the negative number and figure out exactly how much you're putting in there for the purposes of tracking your macros. So for example, I'm gonna take a little bit of this ham, throw it in the bottom of a cup, and we're looking at right around 19 grams. I might just make it an even 20. Perfect. And so for all the ham ones, I'll just put 20 grams of it in there. And you can do that with any of these things, but I find this to be the best way to track these macros. So I'm gonna get this done real quick, and then I'll catch up with you guys. Now that takes care of our ham ones. We went ahead and put 20 grams in each of them. And the amount that you put is really just dealer's choice. Whatever you guys want to put in there, just make sure you kind of are consistent across them. That way it's easy to track. Now we're going to go ahead and grab some of this breakfast sausage. So I went ahead and put it back on the scale, made sure it was a 0. And I'm going to start filling these ones up. So we're just going to grab a little bit of the sausage here. You know, I'm thinking 20 grams of the sausage is going to work just as well. So we'll go ahead and fill those up real quick. And the last one we're going to be doing is our bacon, and I think it's going to be about 8 grams per cup, 7 or 8 grams. So we'll go ahead and just fill them up. We'll start with 7, and if there's leftovers, we'll go ahead and spread it to 8. Now that takes care of our meat, so I'm actually going to tuck some spinach in with my bacon. You can put vegetables or spinach or anything on, really any of them that you want, but I just find that it adds a nice little bit of texture, and it's a good way to get some extra electrolytes in there. So I'm just going to take a few leaves of baby spinach and throw it in each of our bacon cups. I really don't track the spinach because it's really not worth it, but it does give you a little bit. Now next up we have our eggs, and guys, I'm literally just going to crack an egg into each one of these cups. I'm using my cutting board here just because this is silicone and they won't exactly break on there. Be careful of shells, but you know, you'll find some recipes where people want you to scramble the eggs and things like that, and I find this is actually tastes better, and I kind of like having the yolk separate from the eggs. It gives me like a little difference in flavor throughout the bite. So we're going to just crack one egg into each of these cups. All right, guys, they are all cracked right in there, and I was hoping that one would break so that I could say something to the effect of, don't worry if you break one, it'll still taste great, but I'm just that good, and also remarkably humble. Now, before we go ahead and pop these in our oven, we're gonna wanna season them just a little bit, so I'm just gonna hit a little bit of salt across all of them. And a little bit of pepper. Now, as a note here, guys, if you didn't want to put any meat or any filling in at all, you're basically just going to have like a hard-boiled egg that's been pre-seasoned for you, and sometimes that can be super convenient as well. In any case, now these things are seasoned up and filled, so it is time to put them in the oven. So we're going to put them in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for between 16 and 20 minutes. Now, at 16 minutes, they're going to be a little bit gooey. At 20 minutes, they're going to be a little bit hard. I like 18 because it gives you that kind of, it's cooked, it's not runny, it's a little bit kind of creamy and not chalky, so I find 18 minutes is perfect for these things. After that, just take them out. We're gonna top them with a little bit of cheese and pop them back in for about a minute or two, but I'll explain that further once they're cooked. So, time to stick these in my 350-degree oven for 18 minutes. All right, everybody, these were in my oven for 18 minutes, and you'll notice that the top is just a hair undercooked, and the yolks jiggle just a little bit if you shake them, meaning that they're not cooked all the way through. And that is exactly the point where we want to stop this and add our cheese. Now, I've got a little bit of Swiss right here, some mozzarella, some cheddar. Guys, this is dealer's choice once again. Whatever you're craving, go ahead and put on here. And just like before, we're going to go ahead and just weigh it and use that to put it on there. I recommend about 15 grams of cheese, which is a little bit more than half an ounce if your scale does not do grams. Now what I'm gonna do is, I've got the ham ones right here. Those ones I'm gonna put the Swiss on. I've got the sausage ones right in here. Those I'm gonna get some cheddar on. And then we've got the bacon spinach ones right here that we're gonna put the mozzarella on. So what I'm gonna do, once again, get about 15 grams of this. And obviously cheese melts, guys, so it's gonna compact right onto the top of this, so you can just ball it on there like that. In any case, that's exactly what we're gonna do on all of these things. So let me get that done, and I'll catch up with you guys before I pop them back in the oven. All right, guys, that is it. We have put the cheese on all of them, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in my 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 2 to 3 minutes. You basically just want this cheese layer to melt and become a nice flat layer, and then go ahead and pull them out because we do not wanna overcook our eggs. But with that, guys, why don't you take a look at the finished product right here. And now, let's get right into the taste test. All right, everybody, now that you've seen the recipe and the finished product, it is time for the taste test. So I have one of my little egg cups right here on a plate, and we're gonna taste it in just a second. But first, there are a couple little things I wanna mention about the recipe in case you see something that might go wrong when you try it. So first of all, with your mix-ins, like the different meats, don't use like deli meats, or at least deli ham and deli turkey. The stuff is like full of water, and when you bake it, the water kind of comes out of it and causes your egg cup to fall apart. So if you're gonna use something like ham or turkey, use real ham or real turkey, not like the deli meats, otherwise you're gonna have problems. One other thing is if you're gonna be eating them right away, you want to cook them just a little bit longer. I leave mine undercooked intentionally because I use them for meal prep. And when you put them in the fridge, that yolk will harden back up again. But if you're gonna eat them hot, it might run just a little bit with the 18 and 3-minute cook times that we currently have. And finally, you may be wondering how I popped these out of the tray because obviously I didn't shoot that. All I do, since I'm using a silicone pan, they come out really easily. I let them hang out for about 10 minutes after they're out of the oven, just to allow that cheese to kind of harden up just a little bit. And then I take a spoon and run it on the perimeter and just pop them right out. Super easy. They usually come out very clean like this. And then I go and stick them in the fridge for whenever I want one. But now, guys, it is time for the taste test. So this one here is actually one of my sausage and cheddar ones. So let's give it a bite. Well, guys, to be honest, these things taste exactly like a portable omelet, which is what I was aiming for when I made these things all that time ago, and I've just been using them ever since. Now, obviously, depending what the mix-ins are, the macros are gonna change, so you're gonna kind of have to calculate that yourself, but I think this technique is great for making, portable meals, meal prep, all that kind of stuff. They're great cold, they're great warm, they're just incredibly versatile, and that's why I wanted to kind of share this recipe with you guys, even though it is a very, very simple thing to make, and some of you guys have probably already seen something like it. With that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, do me a huge favor, guys. Hit that subscribe button, show some love, and I will see you in the next one.